Universal truth, number 5, wisdom. In our last video, we talked about how the biggest virtue was following the immutable laws of nature, logically and rationally. Well, the root of virtue is wisdom. And from wisdom, you get courage, you get self-control, you have introspection, and justice. And if we think about those as being the cardinal benefits of wisdom, then life kind of ties together. Look at what happened to our friend Jack Murphy this week when he lost self-control, when he lost courage. He lost everything. And that's not ever a good thing to happen to any man. Be he a charlatan who's out there trying to bilk young men out of money, trying to teach them how to be real men, or anyone. You don't wish that type of fate on any person. But with wisdom, you understand that Jack did that to himself. You know, you can only live a lie for so long until some son of a bitch is going to come along and say, no way. You know, thank God we have our champions out there who have been searching and hunting through the manosphere to get rid of these charlatans. And I'm grateful that men like Hammerhand and, to a lesser extent, Undead Chronic are out there pushing these jackasses out of positions of authority. Now, there's other things of wisdom that they're sadly lacking in the world today. My screen name is Brandon True Blood. Well, the True Blood part is biting me in the ass this week. Tomorrow is Christmas Eve, and my CNN addicted, completely a 100% Democratic parents who are pushing 90 are absolutely livid with me this year for not getting the jab. And I just recently came back into the U.S. I had to get a test for the coof to get out of Ukraine. I had to get another test to come into the United States. And then after quarantine, I had to get another test to get out of quarantine. So in the last 3 weeks, I've had 3 COVID tests. But my parents want me to take a COVID test before I can have Christmas dinner with them. Can you imagine the state of the world where you live in that much fear? They've lost the ability for introspection, and they have lost their courage. They will not listen to anything, anybody that is not on the little box that they get their news from. They won't listen to me when I try and talk to them about the Israeli and the British Department of Health studies, or how in Taiwan they actually have more people who have died from getting the jab than they've had people who died from COVID. But that's, that's a personal problem on my part. I've decided to acquiesce to their demands and stick another swab up my nose. But I know that it's only to placate the emotions of my elderly parents. On a brighter note, I have found a wonderful source of building material on my property. What you're looking at there is my future chimney. There's all this. It looks like this used to be a small coal mine back when people were mining the surface coal, because there's surface coal in this area of the country. And what I have is the tailings of that little coal mine. So I have all this wonderful broken up rock that I can use for foundations. It's soft. I believe this is sandstone. So it's not going to be hard to work. I'll have to put a thermal barrier on the inside. Use some, seconite or some, what do you call it? Anyways, the fire bricks on the inside of the fireplace. But the outside of it is going to be absolutely gorgeous. So I'm very happy about that. And they're small rocks, so I don't have to pick up monster frickin' rocks. Now I'm going to have to haul a bunch of them, but it'll be okay. Now, what in the world do you think is going to happen to us if everybody lives in fear? I know that almost half the country feels the same way as my parents do. What would John Wayne say? What in the heck would John Wayne say to people who are living like this? Life is scary. He'd laugh them right out. There's absolutely no way John Wayne would put up with this kind of crap. And neither will I, from anyone other than certain beloved people in my life. I certainly don't put up with it from my kids when they tried to pull this stuff on me. But Mom, yeah, I'm not going to argue with Mom too hard. They are going to be the way they're going to be, and there's no changing it. And that is part of using your own wisdom as well. Knowing what fights are worth fighting and when just to let it go. I saw this great meme once. It had this wise-looking Hindu man, and the other guy asked him, "What's the secret to life?" And he says, "The secret to life is knowing when not to argue with an idiot." And the first guy says back to the wise man, he says, "That can't be right." And the wise man says, "Of course, I had not considered your point of view." So remember, gentlemen, be ungovernable, unless you want to be kind to little old ladies. Peace out.